Welcome back. The man arrested this week for allegedly trying to collect money for an alleged international scamming ring is now formally charged in the case.
Yeah, we told you some of the particulars yesterday. A release from Douglas County Attorney Don Klein today reveals Kerwin Kerr from East St. Louis, Illinois, is charged on 4 counts in this case. Those include conspiracy to commit theft by deception of $5,000 or more, criminal impersonation of over $5,000. Now, according to the Douglas County Sheriff, a confidential informant set up a Facebook account made to look like a wealthy and vulnerable older woman. Investigators say a profile claiming to be a lottery company as well as a CIA agent contacted that fake account. Scammers allegedly told the fake account it would cost nearly $500,000 to collect their lottery winnings.
Deputies say the scammers agreed to send someone to an Omaha parking lot to pick up the cash. Instead of meeting an elderly woman, though, deputies were there to arrest Kerwin and Shanna Kerr.